Uh-oh, so...
There's two out.
It's two coming out.
Yeah, one right there and one right there.
Wow, this is a great discovery, Dion.
When did you discover these tadpoles, Dion?
Monday.
And what did you notice?
That they were just sitting in a drain pond in 4 clusters. So I came and told Coach Bahar, and I went and told the science teacher, Miss K.
So how does it feel to have an amazing discovery like this?
It's like saving wildlife because you were about to drain the pond. So that means they would have died. So if they would have died, the population of toads and frogs in the school courtyard would have decreased by so many because when they came and they tore everything out, a lot of those animals died because they wasn't being cautious of them. So they got hit by weed whackers, pickaxes, like all types of gardening stuff. Girl.
Got you. So can you come and show us where you found them, where you found them and where we want to put them back at?
Yeah, right there in that corner, right there in the courtyard of the school pond. And they was just sitting there. Oh look, it's a frog in there now. Well, it's 3 of them in there.
So when did you start getting into like this kind of conservation interest in this kind of stuff?
I was like 5. Like I always had animals, fish, turtles, snakes. I like always used to go outside and catch that kind of stuff in the woods and stuff. I go out with friends and stuff and catch that kind of stuff. Like.
So what does it mean to be in a school, like to have this kind of access to wildlife and resources, science teachers to support your interests?
Good morning. It's cool because, well, it's great because you don't have to go to the forest just to see these kind of animals. You don't have to go to lakes and ponds throughout the entire area to see these ponds. You can come to school and like you like saying animals and wildlife, you can just look right outside while you walk through the hallways, see all types of animals. So when we redo the pond, it might be koi, types of fish in there, debating about saying turtles can stay in there. Like it's just a lot of stuff we can do with that area right there. This is our courtyard. This is Dion Brandon speaking. This used to be nothing but weeds right here. So now that all of these is flowers and stuff, it kind of looks better right here. Like this can be entire gardens for real. Like right here, we can grow vegetables or something right here. We can grow vegetables right here or something. Over there, we can grow some type of fruit or something, like put an apple tree or something right there. Over there, I'm not sure what we can do. But that's a good space right here, just in case you want to do some yoga stuff. So if you want to do yoga or something right here, we can clean all of this up, put some mats down, put some fresh mulch down, pour some of this old stuff up. And above we already went down and we got all of the tree stumps out because it used to be tree stumps. Like right here, it used to be a tree stump. It's a nice space for you to come out here and just cool and relax. Like say, like this is what we want Coach Bahar office to be at outside of the school. Like for kids like me, I get angry a lot and I start to like lose it a little bit. We can come out here with Coach and see Coach out here playing music, working in the garden or something. As long as we get a pass from our teacher and he confirmed that it's okay with our teacher, we can come out here and like sit out here, help Coach with a little bit.
So what's your message to the people who use the courtyard, the students, the community?
Keep it clean because how would you like it if we went to your house and destroyed your house and then you had to live in it? How would you like it if we just threw trash all in your bed and then told you to sleep in it? We took them out because the pond was dirty and we were gonna just drain all of the water out and just go down in there and get all of it out. But you realize, now that we realize, it's another way that you can do stuff, like by not interrupting the environment, because in wildlife, you wouldn't be able to take all of the fish out just to clean it. So why do it here? And this is way smaller, and we can actually maintain it.
Guys.
The challenge here is most likely keeping them, letting them be able to survive, as they're in an environment where they're enclosed in a tight space with limited resources, and there's so many of them that are hatching fruitfully that we're not sure we can keep them all, but we want to be able to give them the best chance at survival in the wild.
A couple pieces of trash, but that could just easily be removed, so there's no point of draining the whole thing when we can just pick out the few pieces that are wrong with it, because the water is clearly able to sustain life because they're already starting to hatch.
Well, me and my science teacher, Miss K, we took all of the tadpole eggs out because you see how it's trash and leaves and stuff. We were going to drain it. And while we were draining it, we realized that if we just took all the water away, all of the eggs would have died. So now that we're realizing, like, we can still clean it up. We can still clean the pond up without having to do this. So now what we're doing is we're going to put them back in here. And right after we put them back in here, we're going to start getting all of the trash out to show that there's other ways than to just taking them out and saying that they can't stay here in this kind of conditions, because in the wild, these are the same conditions that they will actually be in.
I actually need 4 people to take a count of how many frogs through here, and also if you can think, because we have different color frogs, right? Some are lighter, some are darker. So we want to take a look and, I'm sorry, I keep saying frogs, they're toads. And okay, but we need a whole bunch of counts because we're doing a data set, and we'll calculate that later. And put it on you guys have a clipboard, write it down. Keep counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
We're gonna see a lot more. We're gonna be able to observe a lot more if we cut out the side talking and keep our voices lower.
They actually also, one of them started making some kind of noise. I'm guessing it's because either the fighting or maybe the not wanting to mate.
Well, it's probably a mating call, but we'll look that up. We'll research it and see what it is.
Okay.
These are actually toads. I believe they're American toads. See these little, see these little, they're kind of like pockets. He's gonna pee on me in a minute. See these little pockets right here? These are poison. Yeah, he's injured.
He's a tornado.
No, just the skin's removed. Well, maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's been injured. These right here are, they're poison, so like if a dog were to eat them, he'd throw them out. Okay, let's put him back because he is injured. He needs to be in his own environment.
Oh my God, Ahmed.
Ahmed, don't move.
Ahmed, don't move.
Come back here.
That thing come moving.
Beautiful. Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
Oh, the poor thing.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
We should persuade people to not put trash into the pond because, the population of the toads would start decreasing.
It's precipitation, evaporation, and condensation. So this water will go up, will evaporate, go into the clouds. Then in the colder upper atmosphere, it will then become a cloud and rain down. That's how it kind of filters itself and come into somewhere, a lake, a underwater system, anywhere.
So in addition to the water cycle, there's also the nitrogen cycle of where all these leaves are in the water are decomposing to where they release nitrogen and other gases such as methane and carbon dioxide, which can in certain cases either be a benefit or not a benefit. But with so many of these leaves, it's starting to clog up the system where there's too much nitrogen, and there needs to be a balance where these leaves are able to get out and make the water clear so that
We're gonna use this freshwater test kit to test the pond. It can test pH, high range pH, ammonia, nitrate, and nitrate. Let's get started.
So right now I'm gonna go get another water sample and we're gonna do the test for ammonia. Okay, right now we're adding 8 drops of the first test solution. 1, 2, 6, 7. Ammonia test solution 2. So this is the second test solution for ammonia. We're gonna add Okay, so now let's go back to the test we did for ammonia. It's been 5 minutes, so we can now successfully test the color. Now the color looks closer to 0.25 parts per million.
It's supposed to be at 0
parts per million, and our pond right here has a ammonia
0.25.
content of 0.25 parts per million.
we have to ensure the safety of the pond in order for the ecosystem to thrive. In my hand, I have a possibly infected frog that could spread a very harmful disease to every other toad in the pond. It's commonplace for fungal infections to be a leading cause of extinction in frogs over the past 2 centuries due to human implications on the environment. And in order to save the pond, we are trying to right our wrongs as a species and going to take him, try to make sure he's well and able to get back into the pond so that it can have a once again thriving ecosystem.
In terms of pH and ammonia, the quality of the water in the pond is very good, but in terms of nitrates, the quality of the water is pretty horrible because the recommended content of nitrate is 40 parts per million, and our content is 0 parts per million.
It's gonna take a while to get it done, but once we get the pumps up, it should be pretty easy.
We're confident that that all of our efforts are going to lead to this pond being benefited for future students to enjoy.
We will save the pond.
LRTA, save the pond!
Evolve. Seek perfection of character.
Evolve!
Be faithful and endeavor to
Evolve!
respect others, and you surely will
Evolve!
refrain from violent behavior to evolve.